Why does everyone talk about 3D models when they're inventing something? If you have an idea of a product you want to produce, you will also need 3D models of your product. But why? Well, they let you see how your product will look like in reality. But wait for a second. What are 3D models in the first place? Are they computer-generated animated pictures or the actual physical products that you can use? You might have countless questions in your mind, right? Don't worry, we have started this series to guide you on how you can invent new products. In this video, we will explain what 3D models are in the product invention process. Watch the video until the end to clear up all your confusion. Let's get started with what 3D models are. When we talk about 3D models, we mean two things. First, we mean the computer-generated soft 3D models of your product's idea. And second, we mean the actual tangible 3D models of your product. But what is the difference? Let's try to put it this way. When you get the animated 3D model of your product, it exists on the computer. However, you can still see it in a 3D plane since you can rotate it around 360 degrees. It's like a document that exists on a computer. However, the actual tangible 3D models mean when you use the animated 3D model for the 3D printing of your product. The animated 3D model you earlier made is used by 3D printers to 3D print your product. It's like the printed form of the document you had earlier saved on your computer. You may now understand what we mean by 3D models, right? But why are we calling them 3D models? Before we continue further, tell us, are you loving the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos focusing on processes about how to invent new products. Let's continue now. So, why do we call them 3D models? When you draw something on paper, it's in 2D or 2 dimensions. It has length and width. However, it doesn't have breadth. In other words, you can just see it when your eyes are exactly above the paper. But when you go to the other side of the paper, so you can just see the paper's sharp edge, you cannot see the sketch that you've made. However, if you put a glass on that piece of paper, no matter where you go, you will still see the glass. Why is this the case? Well, it's because your sketch was in 2D, while the glass you put on the paper later is in 3D. Now, tell us whether the sketch can show you more of its details or the 3D glass. Well, the answer is simple. The 3D glass shows you more details. That's why we make 3D models of the products that you want to invent. So, what is the proper process? If you want to invent your product, you will already have the concept in your mind. You would have decided how it will look and what functions it will perform. However, that's not enough to manufacture your product. At this point, you yourself don't know what flaws it has because the product is in your idea. It doesn't have a physical form. That's why we develop 3D models, to see the details of your rough ideas. The process begins when you sketch your product on a piece of paper. Try to imagine your product and make the exact picture you have in your mind on the paper. Once it's done, the next process is to get an animated 3D model of this product. It's the 3D model which will be on the computer, remember? You can hire a 3D computer animator for this and provide them with the sketch and details of your product. They will convert your 2D sketch into a 3D model, reflecting more sophisticated details to work on. You can see the 3D model, modify it using the animator's help, and finalize the best version to then 3D print it. For 3D printing, you can contact a firm with 3D printers because buying a 3D printer won't be cost efficient. You will provide the animated 3D model of your product and, after a few days, get the first ever physical, tangible 3D model. That's the 3D model we are talking about. You can showcase it to investors and watch it more closely to see whether it has flaws. Since it's the first model, it may need modifications, and that's how the invention process works. However, now you have a real product to look at and scrutinize to point out flaws and add changes. Did you know you would need a soft and hard 3D model of your product for product invention? How's the idea of using actual physical 3D models of your products to showcase what you're thinking about? Comment down below in the comments section. Isn't it helpful to first produce different 3D models of your products to pick the final version? If you loved the video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel for videos that helps you to invent new products step by step. If you have a rough idea about a new product that you want to invent, this is the channel where you will find a guide about how to do exactly that. Until the next video, stay tuned.